Nissan, you don't have an appetite? No, I'm fine. There's no point in denying an obvious truth. Don't lie and don't speak harshly either. I carefully picked the right words. I was dreaming, so I was sleeping really lightly. I think I may still be tired. Lack of sleep, Nissan? That's rare for you. Maybe all the tension just got released. The sounds of crunching coal stop. It could be fatigue from traveling, but I don't think I'm that weak. If I said I were tired, Hachiroku may regret what we did at the coal shoveling place. If I say my tiredness is caused by something mental, Hibiki will start overanalyzing things. The only thing I'm lacking is sleep. I'll eat a lot so I can sleep more tonight. I partially force myself to eat. As if she were following me to keep pace, Hachiroku resumes crunching coal. This is good. It might not just be because she grew up in a brewery, but Makarani and Hibiki both have much more perceptive tongues than me. Not once have I ever thought that the food on this dinner table tasted bad. The dago soup is nice. It makes me feel like I'm back in Ohitoyo. You are. Oh, did I say that? Hibiki smiles brightly. We're back in Ohitoyo. Right, that's where we are at the moment. Maybe just... No. I made today's dago soup. Oh, really? This taste brings back so many memories. It's the flavor of Megita. It's okay if you want seconds. I made lots. The dago fill you up really fast. I won't be able to eat too much. What is a dago? Is it a kind of fish? Hachiroku's question brings on a huge proud smile from Hibiki. Dago are dumplings made of flour. You mix them up with miso, vegetables, and chicken in a broth to make dago soup. Ah, so that's what it is. Are sweet dumplings also called dago? Oh, no. Now that you mention it, I may be born in the capital, but I was partially raised in Ohitoyo. I can think of the example right away when she asks. At Kumamoto, they sell a thing called Yaniwani dango. It's the sweet variety made from potatoes. That one is called dengo. Yeah. The gift shop people call it that, but people from here call that Yaniwani dago too. Oh, really? The natives got the better of me. Yaniwani. That's an odd name for some dumplings. It's dumplings made from yani, nicotine? Yep, I'm not reading that wrong, nicotine. And wani, crocodiles? Her perception toward food must be really different from humans. Hachiroku is being completely serious. No, I believe it's based on the phrase, dango you can serve to yaniwani, sudden guests. Yeah, it's something you can make instantly, which is why it's called yaniwani dago. I see. So it's a simple, rustic dumpling. That makes the taste simple too, but that's all a preference. As for me, it can never beat this dago soup. The bowl's empty before I know it. Feeling depressed after that dream, my appetite is also depressed. What's up, Nini? I mean, what's the matter, Nissan? You're just staring at the bowl. So, Tetsu-sama, are there coal flakes on my face? No. I just thought that reality was stronger than dreams. But if I say that out loud, Hibiki might sense something from me again. Thanks for the food. After finishing the meal and conversation, Hachiroku naturally follows suit. Thank you for the food. You're welcome. We've got... What voice was it doing for her? It's been so long. We've got a visitor. Oops. Makaroni's voice cuts in at the perfect time. Or maybe she was waiting for us to finish eating. Hibiki stands up right away. Hachiroku also stands up to offer help with the dishes, but Hibiki stops her. Visitors? It's the mayor. It's Polly from Hinai's place. Polly. Why the strange face? You know her, right? She's here to see you, and Hachiroku-chan too. Oh, right. I'm coming. It's fine. Stay there. I'll have her come in. Makaroni's footsteps are quiet. Mixed in with that sound is Hibiki running about to clear the dishes. It must be a continuation from yesterday. Probably. I can feel the tension in Hachiroku's voice. I tap her on the head to reassure her. Think of it as help. If you're looking for something, the more eyes and hands, the better. A length of 16.7 meters and a height of 3.8 meters. The weight in working order, with just the locomotive portion, is 38.8 tons. Add in the filled up tenders and the total weight can go up to 83.3 tons. While Reina is in her maintenance body, looks on, Paulette explains something to me with a deliberate tone. I can tell that she is serious, but none of what she says is making any sense to me. Sorry, I thought I had explained that the whereabouts of 8620 are currently unknown. When I tell her that honestly, Paulette instantly becomes flustered. Oh, then. I was just explaining the size and weight. 8620 is extremely heavy. Even Reina's Kiha 07S has a length of 19.7 meters and a weight of 27.2 tons. I see. A brief explanation to help me out. I think I understand what she's saying now. If something that large and heavy, it can't be easily moved or stored. Yes, especially after the track closure, the train lines have all been severed. Hachiroku. Hachiroku is kneeling on a cushion next to me. Her lips are tightly closed. You can't remember. It's, when Taito-san brought you to Otoyo? Yes. She must have always tried to. The way Hachiroku matter-of-factly states that makes her seem all the sadder. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it was with Taito-sama at the time. Taito? Megita Taito? You know of him, right? Of the Megita family? Considering she is the mayor, she knows the Megita family is one of the biggest taxpayers. That's what Paulette said. As someone who works with the railway and, from Daddy. He told you? Hibiki, listening in with a blank stare, interrupts to ask. Paulette looks at me as if to plead for help. I nod at her. Taito-san's reputation is already known to her. He was the kind that ignored his brewery and kept himself busy with the railway. I was told to look at him as an example of what not to be. That's a good lesson. Nissan, it seems that that's the general reputation. Seems like it. After I was adopted into the Megita family, Taito-san passed away not too long after. After that, a huge number of debt collectors came crowding around the Megita household. Being the adopted one, I was sitting on thorns. If Hibiki and Makurani didn't defend me, I would have lost the Megita name long ago. An extreme amount of debt, shameless debt collectors, demands upon demands from those who only seek to profit themselves. I can't even begin to imagine how much grief it caused Makurani. Hibiki and I both saw it firsthand. You make it sound like it's got nothing to do with you, Nini. That's why Hibiki doesn't really have good feelings towards Taito-san, but to me, my gratitude to him only grew larger. I see him as family. Taito-san was the one who made me a part of the family with you, Hibiki and Makurani. Hibiki's cheeks are about to puff up again, but they quickly deflate. Although it's not my place to say this, but inscrutable are the ways of heaven. What we can call happiness or disaster won't be decided while we're still alive. You're in the position to say that. I'm your sister. Yes, you're right. Thank you. I bow to Hibiki out of gratitude. Hibiki blushes and shakes her head, and she then clears her throat. Excuse us for showing you a sibling quarrel. Not at all. It's my fault that this unnecessary thing happened in the first place. It's not unnecessary. It's what's right. There goes Hibiki again, shouting in her dialect, so I rush to cover her mouth. She soon stops fighting and starts giggling, which then turns to laughter. Oh my, inscrutable are the ways of heaven indeed. Right? Because they were acquaintances, there was a rift between Hibiki and Paulette, but I hope this mends things between them. Hachiroku seems to have thought that not knowing the whereabouts of 8620 was shameful, but alright. Sotetsu-sama? That's right. What is considered happiness can't be known until the time is right. When the debt surfaced, Makurani was already the chief brewer of Megita No. 1 Brewery. She was the de facto head of the household. All the distant relatives of Megita went to Makurani and told her to dispose of anything related to Tato. The fact that Hachiroku was able to remain sleeping here is thanks to Taito-san and Makurani. Yes. Anything related to Tato, of course, applies to me as well. But Makurani, she pushed aside all those demands. Makurani left everything related to Taito-san. Everything remained as is and was pushed into the room next to mine. Hey! Because she helped me clean up, she came into contact with many of the things. Hibiki then claps her hands loudly. There's a mountain of documents and books, Nissan. Among them might be... Yeah, there might be a record of Hachiroku and where 8620 was transported. Let me help. I want to help. Pot's nervousness is completely gone. She wants to find help by discovering 8620 as the president of Ahetoyo Railway and the mayor of Ahetoyo. Of course, if it's alright with you, I had every intention of asking you for help. Of course. Reina will also help. Thanks. Come with me. Now that a direction is set, we just have to move. Taito-san's room now belongs to me. And I hope you're prepared. Prepared? For what? You'll have to be prepared for... I say that as we enter the room and open the sliding door that goes into the next room. The amount of documents Taito-san left behind is insane. Wow. Amazing. My room is buried by everything Taito-san had accumulated. Aside from Hachiroku, everything was simply pushed into a room smaller than where it was stored in. Okay. It's filled to the prim. Raina never saw this before. I thought so. And this is that result. A pile of books that may bust a hole in the floor from its weight. A mountain of documents and things. Rain is overwhelmed by it all, while Paulette is completely speechless. Paulette squints. She carefully looks through the tower of stacked books. Well, do you think you can find anything? I can tell instantly that the documents are all very valuable. Oh. There are books and railway goods, but moreover there are on-site data documents too. It's unbelievable. Oh. Paulette's gaze never focuses on a single point. Without being fixated on the rarity or her personal taste, she continues to look for any clues that may lead to 8620. I'm suspicious of those files. Do you mind I search from there? Go right ahead. I mean, there's probably not... yeah, it should be fine. No sensitive information in any of these, certainly. Well, don't mind if I... Oh, excuse me, oh. But starts to look around for something. She stops at one point and stares at it. I knew it's... She mumbles something, then turns to me. She then turns back to that same point. The direction of her glance is... What is that? A photo stand? What's wrong? Did you find a clue? Oh, no, I was just wondering if you had a stepladder or something. Let me go get one for you. After she gets the stepladder, Paulette deftly climbs up the steps and sits on top of it. Thank you, I can do the rest on my own. Alright, then I'll leave it to you. Sure. She suppresses her voice as it was about to crack, and Paulette quietly gathers herself. I'll definitely be useful to Sotetsu-san. No, Sotetsu-kun. Did she change from calling me san to kun? If it's her way of expressing that we're a team, all the better. Just you wait, I'm good with finding things and administrative busywork. That's reassuring. I can feel strength in her voice and gaze. Looks like she's completely in work mode now. I honestly am hopeful, but I'd rather do everything I can too. The rest needs to be divided into teams first. Humans have no railway knowledge, and raillords aren't tall enough. Then join me. Hachiroku, you're with me. As I'm about to say something, I'm interrupted by Hibiki picking up Hachiroku off the ground. I know the least about railways, so it balances out if I team up with you. Is that so? Hachiroku has a gentle, almost motherly look in her eyes. She must think that Hibiki's a child who craves attention. If it is all right with Sotetsu-sama, Hibiki and I shall be a team. I don't mind. What about you, Reina? Is that okay? Sure, Reina will try. Sounds great. Now let's split up and begin working for all records about 8620 and Hachiroku. Yes. Yes. After giving you that confirmation, Hibiki and Hachiroku begin rummaging through the shelves. Where do you want to start? Let's go from the top right edge and the bottom left. How about that? Got it. So we'll meet in the middle? Yes, let's meet in the middle. Hibiki and Hachiroku, it seems that they actually make a good team. I need to concentrate on my work. I should learn from them. Alright, you start at the bottom and I'll go from the top. Is that okay? Sure, Raina doesn't mind. Good, then let's do this. We zip our lips and keep our hands and eyes busy. Considering how messy the room is, Tetsu-san must have also been a messy person. There could be memos stuck in between the pages of the book. I started looking through the pages of each and every one. We work silently and continuously. As long as we continue, we will most certainly arrive at some sort of conclusion, even if that conclusion is just there are no documents related to the thing we were looking for. Which would be a very sad conclusion. The best case scenario is that it leads to 8620, which then goes on to become a tourist attraction and prevents the construction of the factory. Satetsu-kun? Not expecting it, I quickly turn around. It's Paulette. She is waving in huge motions. Sorry, I was concentrating on this. Can you extend the stepladder for me? I'd like to look farther up. Sure, can you come down first? Sure. I extend the stepladder to reach higher up. I set it against the shelf, and Paulette zooms past me as if she were waiting the whole time. Please keep it steady. I respond to her, and Paulette begins to scale the ladder. She climbs to the top in no time. She's quicker than I thought. I hold the ladder to make sure it's sturdy. Ah! Oh my! Vicky and Hachiroku let out a scream but quickly covered their mouths. I look toward them, wondering why, but find the answer above. I knew it! Oh, but this here? I see her underwear is in plain sight. Well, you know what? Sometimes you gotta make these sacrifices so that people can be safe while they're on ladders, alright? Ladders are dangerous things, okay? And you can't let things like this just get in the way of keeping them safe. Although I think nothing of it, I'm sure women would be ashamed of it. I suppose I should be sorry I saw it. I avert my eyes and focus only on holding the ladder. While I do this, I realize Hachiroku and Hibiki's true intent. I get it. If they point it out carelessly, Paulette will surely panic and... Wow, Paulette, your panties! I can see your panties! Reina... Huh? Surprised, she reacts by suddenly turning around. Naturally, her balance goes off. Oh no. What did I tell you? Ladder safety. Ladder safety comes first. Ah! Paulette falls off the ladder. I release my grasp and hold out my arms. Nini? Sutetsu-sama? That was close, but I got you. Had I not expected it, it certainly would have been too close. Paul's body fits right into my arms. Paul, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Sorry. Are you sure? Does it hurt anywhere? Your face is red and you're out of breath. It doesn't hurt, but this is embarrassing for a lot of reasons. Oh, sorry. I gently set Paulette's legs on the floor. She slowly stands, her face scrunching up as if she's about to cry. It's all my fault. I'm sorry. Oh. It's the ladder. Since I let go, it's lying on the ground. While it was falling, it must have broken something. If anyone's responsible, it's me. It's my fault. I made you nervous, and it was also me who let go of the ladder, and me who created the opportunity for this entire situation to arise by coming to town and discovering this rail lord over here. So, yeah. It's all my fault. No, it's not your fault, Satetsu-kun. Even if it wasn't, you're less at fault. Let's just clean this up. Are you sure you're not hurt? Yes. It's because you saved me that I'm completely fine. It's fine on this side. Only the glass part on the photo stand is broken. While saying that, Hibiki stands up and runs off to get a broom and dustpan. Sotetsu-sama, please be careful. The glass shards have scattered here. Oh. Hachiroku's hand stops, and then she picks up the broken photo stand. Is this you, Sotetsu-sama? A photo of when you were young? Oh, it seems like it. I have such a harsh gaze, it looked made by... Okay, I'm sorry. I have such a harsh gaze, it's a look made by simmering distrust, despair, and hatred. It's an honor that Taito-san kept a photo of mine, but I wish it weren't this photo. I'll help with the cleanup. Leave it to me, Pilot-san. Human fingers will be cut by the glass. Oh, yes, but Hachoku-san. Leave it to me. If you'd like, please show Sotetsu-sama the file you have in your hand. Oh, yes. You were looking at it quite intensely. She kept holding the stack of files close to her, even while she was falling. Is it a clue of some sort? Yes, look at this, Sotetsu-kun. The spine says accounting records. I see. I'm glad I relied on her. The trail of money shows the flow of things. I thought so too. So I went through and found this year's. Huh. Yeah, this is text that I can definitely understand. Yeah. I see. No wonder the brewery is in debt, but points at the abnormal expenditures just for this year. Used railroad set with locomotive? Oh wow, this must be Hachoku-san. Yep, right now I think it has to be, because in the next year... Storage usage fee. Storage usage fee. Storage usage fee. Storage usage fee. It's been paid for all the way until the end of the year. That's Nini. It's likely that this is it. Is there any information on where the storage is? Oh. She suddenly fidgets, Pilot moves her legs and begins to look uncomfortable. When we were given the facilities of the former Imperial Railway, we were told not to touch it because it was on loan from an individual. You know where the storage is? Oh, Raina knows. It's about the stone storage. Stone storage. Hachoku swallows her breath. Her look is serious. The stone storage is an engine shed made of brick. It's where Raina and Paulette aren't allowed in. You were following the orders ever since the handover? Yes, that's what we promised to do, but I've always wondered about it. Oh, I think I understand. You must have purposely forgotten it. If you kept it in your mind, you'd eventually be too preoccupied by it. That's right. It's just as you said, Sotetsu-kun. So you created your own blind spot. It's just a simple confirmation of fact, but Pot seems genuinely ashamed of it and looks depressed. I feel so embarrassed. If I had stayed calm and thought about it, that place would have been the first choice. It's the same for me, for not noticing. Huh? How so? I run up to my room and quickly return. These are the keys I received from Taito-san. I thought I had no right to use them, so I had put them away. Taito-sama's keys? So among that? If we checked them all, I'm sure you'd find one that unlocks the stone storage. Oh, Nissan, there's no need for that. Mimi, Nissan, come here. What's going on? I'm working. Macaroni still comes despite her reluctance. Oh, that storage fee. I thought it was some kind of bribe, so I kept paying it as is. Knowing that, this will now vastly reduce the operating costs here. Macaroni looks through the keys. There's only one key that's different from the one used at Megita household here. This is the one, So-chan. Thank you, Macaroni. No trouble at all. She waves at us while returning to the brewery, but then she turns around. Macaroni, with a playful smile, takes out 2 keys and places them in my hand. This is the key to my room, and this is the key to Hichan's room. Nini! They're keys Grandpa gave to Sochan, so use them whenever you want. Nini! When the time is right? When is... Nini, what do you mean by that? Whether it be with McCurney or Hibiki, there could be emergencies where they're hurt and can't move in the middle of the night. Yeah. Yeah, what if they're locked in the room and there's like a fire or something? We need, precautions. Since she told me which is which, I'll be sure to make use of these keys. But first, we need the key to the stone storage. But, Reina, can you take us there? Of course. Leave it to us, Tetsu-kun. Hibiki and Hachiroku. We all nod at each other. Simply doing that's reassuring. It's time to meet 8620. Oh man, next part. Okay, well.